Kornél, your performance was greeted with an ovation in Avignon. People react very emotionally to the pieces of a woman. What do you think? Where is the strength of this performance? What is the universal power that makes it possible for even for the people from abroad to cross the language barrier and be with these characters on the stage?
Oh, that's a good question because, in my opinion, this is because of two things. One is the piece is talking about a taboo, and this taboo is not just an Eastern European taboo. Childless is a taboo everywhere, and the female population affected by 25% lose babies before 4-year-old, and that's a big number, and we are not talk about it. And even I was experienced as someone who has very far what happening in the piece, but at least me and Kara get the experience, and we are not talk about it, and not just because of the pressure of society, also because it's very difficult to talk about it, and also very difficult to find a language to talk about it. So I think what a big thing here as a play, and this is the original play, so we did 3 years ago, to find language to talk about the topic. And I super appreciate the piece itself. So when Kata went to another city to write, and she told to me that I'm not sure I can deliver something. I don't know I can find it or not. And then we get these two big scenes, all of the conflicts and complexity of the topic, but majorly she create a hero, a real hero. And I think Maya is a real hero, and I think audience connected to her as she's a non-conventional but a main hero. I think that's one thing. The second thing, so many families are divided. So many families has problems inside. What to think, how to feel, how to live, what freedom means. Is there any freedom in capitalism, or there is no freedom, or you are just a product of political product or market product, or your identity can be super fluid. So the situation of the family dinner situation, I think it's really known for everyone and for everywhere. And that's why I think the meaning is pretty universal.
I will also say that the woman's issue, the woman's rights issue, the topic of the freedom to decide about your life, your identity, is also very meaningful especially for our societies in Poland and in Hungary. I think we are facing very hard time in both countries, Hungary and Poland, with this anti-LGBT law and homophobia rising.
Yeah.
What is the possible response from theater makers? Can theater, I don't know, reflect it or solve this problem in a way?
I think not on the direct way. So I don't believe political theater. I feel like if you started to protest on stage, there is also a place what is created by the politicians. But personal and free art obviously can help. And that's something what we have to fight for. Freedom of art, which is the biggest fight. That's the biggest fight in Eastern Europe today. And creating as human, as complex reflection on our reality as possible. And audience appreciate that, because the stage cannot be populist. The stage has to stay as a complex criticism about our reality, self-criticism as much as criticism of the majority, and creating language for the ones whom lose languages during these political fights, especially of the homophobia, of the refugees, and so many topics are around us. And but as an artist, you you have to keep your independency. If not, then you became easily a clown of the system. And these clowns, king needs clowns. That's what we know. And the fight is more like there, that not to be the clown, but keep your independency.
We are on the Avignon Festival, which was held exactly 75 years ago, with this idea to unite societies of the Europe after collapse of Second World War.
Yeah.
Do you still believe that the culture event, such an event like a festival, can unite us? Does it have potential to link people not only by money or interests, but also by ideas in general?
What else? What else can unite us if not culture? I think culture is human value. Culture is established from the Renaissance. We need it. We are. This is our core. This is our European core. And also in the pandemic, I mean, what was the major feeling, at least for me, that now we have time to learn how big celebration is to be together. Or just go to the stage, watching something, watching a concert, go to the cinemas. And I think that's what we need as much as bread. So culture, it's needed, it's bread for the soul. I deeply believe in it. And especially if your society is tougher and tougher, then in a very pervert way, it's not that bad for culture. It's always rise up and flowering all over. And what I experience also in Hungary and in Poland, very strong art, very strong artists, very strong personal meanings, and it helps, obviously. And I mean, it's not a naive belief. I truly believe this is human value. This is our abstract thinking, what we have to appreciate.
The pandemic was a very hard time for theatre, and we hoped that we will return to a normal, new normality, they say.
Yeah.
But instead of normality, so many problems. The pandemic exposed us to so many problems which were hidden.
Yeah.
In fact, the division of European Union, the division of families or societies,
Yeah.
climate crisis.
Yeah.
These are problems that we have to challenge after this hard time. What was the most important lesson or experience for you coming from recent 12 months?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was really hard time, and of course you have a lots of personal losses, and it's very difficult and a lots of grief. But in the same time, I felt kind of a positive energy that we gave a global answer to the pandemic, and it was a global problem, almost the first real global problem. And in a way or another, the globe reacts globally. And that is not bad. And most probably this is also kind of unite us, even in this kind of very crazy, shaking moments. And also, again, I talked about it already. I think we started to appreciate our life because we miss it. We don't get it. And I remember so many times, audience coming not for love, but for hate, to watch something, or was so many frustration in the museums and concerts. And now it's back on track, and we started to appreciate it's so good to be together, which is a strong, in my opinion, a strong meaning. So my major question, why we need those crazy shaking problems, moments, to appreciate each other? That's the big question.
As I read the Pieces of a Woman crisis starts the new story in this family.
Yes.
And builds kind of a hope. So thank you for this positive vision, and I cross my fingers for the rest of the tour of Pieces of a Woman.
Thank you so much.
Rome, Athens.
Yes.
Again, invitations for next year.
Yes, cross fingers, pandemic doesn't destroy that. So I mean, it's so happy to be here to start touring.
We hope so. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.